Aaron Boone is starting to lose the locker room, and here is the proof. Recently, before the Boston Red Sox New York Yankees 4-game series occurred, he came out with his little, shirt here, trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm a New York Yankee, oh yeah, I've got Jeter on the shirt, I've got Babe Ruth, and, so on. So he comes out, and he says he doesn't know if Aaron Judge will play in the outfield at all this weekend against the Red Sox, which he did not. In fact, right now we're currently in the Nationals-Yankees last game of the series, and Aaron Judge is yet to go into the outfield, and Giancarlo Stanton is still playing right field, which isn't too ideal considering Stanton is going to be a little bit more injury-prone at his age than Aaron Judge at the moment. It's just that Judge is going through that elbow injury and can't really throw properly, but this is the thing. He said he doesn't know if Judge will play the outfield at all this weekend. That means he's going to be playing the outfield sometime in September, most likely, which is kind of odd because Aaron Boone had actually said a few weeks ago that Judge will not play in the outfield this week in Tampa, and remarked that he doesn't think Judge will be able to throw normally for the remainder of the season, basically saying that, yeah, Judge is strictly DH for the rest of the year. We're not going to be able to see him in the outfield anymore. He doesn't look like he's going to be able to throw normally in the remainder of 2025. And then Aaron Judge came out and fired back to Aaron Boone, the captain. We all know Judge is way more important than this fraud over here. And he came out and said, I don't know why he said that. Boone hasn't seen me throw for the past 2 weeks. I'm pretty confident I'll be back 100%. That was literally firing back at Aaron Boone for coming out and saying that Aaron Judge would not play in the outfield. He was like, you haven't even seen me try to throw. How are you going to come out and comment on this? And he learned his lesson, and he came out and said he doesn't know what's going on. He probably won't play for the series against Boston. But he doesn't eliminate the fact that he will be coming back this season. Even though a few weeks ago he said that Judge was shut out in the outfield. That was going to be Stanton, Dominguez, Grisham, and Bellinger. Those guys are going to be rotating in the outfield while Judge was going to be playing DH. So here it just goes to show how much control Boone has in the locker room. Because if you were the manager that was going to be here for the near future, which I'm talking about 2026, and you have this great relationship, you're a player's manager, blah, blah, blah. Every time you see a clip of Aaron Boone, it's one of three things. One, he's arguing with the player that just had a terrible error in the, in the dugout. Two, you'll see him arguing with an ump for a call and getting ejected. Three, he's doing an interview. And it's going to be with Talking Yanks, or it's going to be here, and he's going to wear a flimsy shirt backing Anthony Volpe, who's hitting, south of 200, barely in the 200s. So this guy, Boone, to me, he's not really moving like a proper manager. And he doesn't even have control of the locker room. He doesn't have the correct answers. He even got Aaron Judge correcting him. So it just goes to show this clubhouse has no respect, and it has no grasp from Aaron Boone. And it just all points to the fact that this guy needs to be fired. The New York Yankees most likely will be a wild card team. To me, the Toronto Blue Jays have this division on lock. The Yankees, I don't see KC getting past them. I think KC, if anything, they'll get past the Mariners. Boston, I don't think they're going to fall out of the wild card. Their young players really stepped it up. They look like a better team without Devers. So the Yankees most likely are going to be playing a playoff series in Fenway for the wild card. And the Yankees have been awful against the Red Sox, so it's going to be looking like another wild card where the Yankees are going to get embarrassed by the Boston Red Sox, who don't really have any expectations of even making the playoffs, and they're going to lose to them in the playoffs, even though the Yankees have World Series aspirations and expectations. So I already know how the season's going to go. The Yankees lose to the Red Sox in the wild card, and then the Red Sox are going to make the ALCS, and then they won't make the World Series, but they had a great run and they show potential for the future. That's what's going to happen. Meanwhile, the Yankees are going to be flimsy, and it's a 50-50 on whether Cashman or Boone get fired. I feel like it's more likely that Boone will get fired and Cashman won't. But I don't know what else we have to really see from these New York Yankees, because all they're really doing is wasting Giancarlo Stanton while he's still raking, Aaron Judge while he's still an MVP caliber player, Garrett Cole while he's still technically still a Cy Young candidate. You signed Max Fried, who's having a great year. You've got all these young, exciting pitchers as well, and Rodon's turned it around. It's just Bellinger's having a great year. You just have all these positives, and you have a mismanagement there, because what's the biggest error from the Yankees, or the biggest problem? And that is shortstop. And you'd be saying, oh, well, Volpe's the best they got. No, it's Caballero. Caballero is literally the guy who should be starting, but because this guy used to look up to Jeter, who's on his shirt, and this guy is a Bronx kid, Yankee fan, day one, he's going to be starting. Even though Caballero, when he gets his chance at shortstop, he makes the most of it. He rakes. He doesn't commit errors. He does well. Aside from the Marlins game, he's been perfect. Meanwhile, Anthony Volpe looks horrible. So that's the type of manager we got making these decisions, man. So I just, like he says, it's right in front of him, but he has a blind eye at the moment when it comes to the shortstop throwing the ball in the dugout. It's like Volpe and Boone catching throwing catch every time. Volpe 6 is the new nickname, because every time he gets the ball and the ball's put in play at the shortstop position, E6, 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 E6. That's all we see. But anyways, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Do you think Aaron Boone has a grasp on the clubhouse? Personally, I think if you can't even have a grasp on Aaron Judge's situation, you really don't. You're really just a puppet. You're just a little puppet. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.